Haven't you heard? A queen is on the rise. Wear a mini hat so she can open up your eyes. Join the convo, the podcast is lit. Cop a penny to the spice up your fit, yeah. She's a producer, you can vibe to her beats. She do the most, but she ain't come to do the least. Whether it's the combo or the music you want, find it all here at TiTiTalks.com. Come and stimulate your mind with TiTi Talks. Promise you never fall behind when TiTi Talks. The knowledge you're seeking you can find when TiTiTalks.com. So come on and get with TiTi Talks, yeah.
Peace, family. It's your girl TiTi from TiTi Talks. Y'all can call it Titty Talks. So glad to be back behind the mic again to bring you some more bomb content. I've been moving and shaking, y'all. Gardening, working on this content, traveling, but I've really been traveling my ass off, yo. TiTi is tired. You hear what I'm saying? But y'all already know my goal is to be a full-time content creator, producing podcasts, videos, hosting events, doing speaking engagements, guesting on radio and podcast shows, producing music. I'm trying to do all of that, and I'm claiming all of that. You hear what I'm saying? And I've just been collecting so much content over the past month or so. So this episode, I'm taking y'all on tour with me, because I feel like TiTi Talks was on tour. So in this episode, y'all are coming with me to Cali. You're coming with me to Detroit. You're coming with me to Atlanta. You're coming with me to Brooklyn. But first, before we even get into all of that, for all of my sugars that need to catch up, mustard, let me play a short clip from my last episode with my bro Lamar Wilson about his hemp growing business, Sunjoin. TiTi Talks, episode 21. Get into it.
So when I thought of the name Sunjoin, I said there's no better way to represent a distributed, decentralized network of farmers than to say we are all joined by the sun.
Hello.
Because there's one thing that all these farmers are going to need, and that's light, right? They're going to need that sun, and so we're all connected by this light, and that's why we're all sun joined, right? And not only the farmers, but the processors too. They still have to be in the sun, right? Regardless of what we are or who we are connected by the sun, and that's where the name Sun Join came from.
Beautiful.
Because the idea is to understand that we're better together, right? We're joined by the sun, and if we recognize that, we'll be better together. The things that we can do together are far greater than that which what we can do apart. So the idea is to basically find these people who have not been farming, or they have farmland around the country, or they are third generation farmers, and they stopped farming tobacco or whatever because of some subsidy or whatever, right? Their farm is not doing as well as it was. Find those individuals, teach them how to farm this new and industrious crop called hemp in the ways that they can actually specify the types of byproducts they are going for. So let's say that if you're looking for fiber, there's certain phenotypes of hemp that you need to grow, certain varieties of hemp you need to grow to get fiber. If you're trying to get grain, which is seed, right? If you're trying to get that, there are certain phenotypes of hemp that will produce more seed. So our thing is to educate these farmers, because it's brand new, right? In some places it hasn't been farmed for 100 years.
Right.
So we want to educate these farmers so that when they come into the game, they'll have the information they need to be successful immediately.
They're armed with information.
Right. And then we take those best practices, and we take all of those brand new farmers, and we take their product and we sell them as a unit, as a whole. But what winds up happening to small farmers, the big farms come in and take those huge supply contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what happens, right?
Yeah,
So
they get eaten up.
they get eaten up. So what I'm saying is, if we build a large enough network, we will be the big farmers, but we'll be the big farmers because we are a network of farmers, which is powerful.
I'm telling y'all, I got the flyest content out here. I'm just telling y'all right now. And I've been appreciating all of y'all's support, and I thank you who have reached out to me, telling me you're enjoying the show, sharing links and videos, purchasing merch, rocking merch, tagging me in posts, using the TiTi Talks hashtag. Make sure you follow the TiTi Talks hashtag on IG, please. Thank you. Keep on enjoying the content and the merch by visiting TiTiTalks.com. Patreon is another way you can support me. You can go to patreon.com, look up TiTi Talks, and see how you can help me continue to consistently make content. You can send financial donations on tttalks.com. I take Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I also take crypto. It's all in the donation section on my site. You know TiTi don't turn down no coins. Please like, follow, subscribe, share if you are enjoying the content. You can meet me on the interwebs by going to TiTi Talks group and fan page on Facebook, at TiTi Talks on IG, at Miss, that's MS TiTi Talks on Twitter, TiTi Talks channel on YouTube, Miss TiTi Talks at gmail.com, 850-509-1194. That's my cell phone number. Hit me up on the low. And if you want to do business or talk about how I can host your event or be a guest on your show or do some beats and instrumentals for your content, hit me up. I'm really accessible. Just hit me, all right? And also make sure y'all stay all the way to the end. You know I try to have a musical surprise from the diaspora for you. We're going to take it all the way to the motherland with this one. Certified banger. I started off my tour in Orange County, California with my brother Oshun Boomy Samuel, a.k.a. Super Boom. He has an amazing story, y'all. 5 years ago, he survived a skydiving incident that left him with traumatic brain and spinal cord injuries and is now paraplegic. I was able to connect with him in Tustin, California at the High Hopes Head Injury Program rehab facility. And he and I were chopping it up while he was getting it in on the Locomat, which is basically a robotic gait orthotic device that stands him up and moves his legs on a treadmill. And some of y'all may or may not know, my day job is as a physical therapist, so I was totally geeking out at this facility, you feel me? But here's a brief clip of our convo during his workout session.
I've been there probably the last 7 months, so this is like the Locomat. It's a treadmill, like you see the conveyor, but it's also, the computer is calculating your steps. The computer is calculating how your steps are placed and what your improvement has to be. So you'll see Jenny come back, my tech will come back, and she'll adjust the straps according to what my steps are saying on the screen. And I'm fully harnessed, so there's no gravity involved. So I'm not walking per se, but it's trying to create a body-mind pattern, which how you walk. You know what I mean? Like from the thinking of walking to actually walking.
Absolutely. It's all about the motor planning. It's the motor planning. It's the planning. I love it.
It's I'm working on my endurance. I get really tired. Like I was telling my tech, I get really tired because I'm using parts of my body I haven't used in a while. So your body's is trying to figure out what's going on. So you get really, really fatigued very fast. So a lot of times, you know, when I first started, I couldn't do a minute on here. I would get so dizzy and I would black out. So medically, they wouldn't let me on it. You know, I wasn't able to be on it for a while. And I had to build up, so I had to do other stuff. So I kind of graduated to this machine. I had to do like a lot of other elementary things.
Man, I am so proud of Boom and what he has been able to will his body, mind, and spirit to do over the last 5 years. Make sure you are following this brother on IG at Boomy Samuel. That's BUNMISAMUEL, and prepare to be inspired. And if you see me in the streets rocking his Super Boom apparel brand, you already know my mindset is to push past the limitations. Support the movement. www.superboom, that's superboom.me. I want to see y'all out there rocking the Super Booms, you feel me? And it's not just a man or even an idea that you're supporting. It's a movement to advocate for our differently able community. So let's stand up for them, y'all. Let's support. Let's make sure that we're welcoming all aspects of our community and we're supporting and standing up for all aspects of our community. Let's do it. Not long after Cali, Boom hit me up and invited me to Detroit to attend the COSBOC Gathering of Leaders. And COSBOC stands for Coalition of Schools Educating Boys of Color. He asked me to moderate and record a discussion he was leading about being Black and disabled. And the title of this discussion was Black and Disabled, the Reality of the Myth of Tertiary Citizenship. It was a rare discussion about the presence and invisibility of Black people who have disabilities in today's society. In this conversation, he explored the everyday lifestyle, addressed the invisibility of race and disability, as well as the challenges of being Black and disabled. It was a wonderful opportunity to redefine terminology, perception, and standards of access for our people. Here's a short clip from that discussion.
My experiences in terms of my differently able-bodied, a lot of my peers and friends who are differently able-bodied in the Black and brown community, and what I've experienced. This is my 5th year being in a different body. So in terms of, Adrian Bate, who's a physical therapist, and also a podcaster, we've been playing with the idea of doing these podcasts, these conversations around differently able bodies, and beginning to bring face to what's happening really nationally, conversation around how accessibility and how that plays into the world, and how it plays into physical space and physical design, and how it plays into policy, how it plays into education. Like, why don't we see certain children in the classrooms in public schools? Right? Why don't we see, although many of these spaces are funded to give access, why don't we see them, right? So what's that about? And also how to, and then kind of delving also into recovery, right? Because within the different able community is always a conversation of recovery, and a recovery conversation has a lot to do with resources, right? Who recovers, who doesn't recover, how recovery.
As I mentioned in previous episodes, I had the opportunity to attend the Magical Mystic Expo in Smyrna, Georgia, right outside Atlanta. Shout out to M. Rain on such a powerful event. I got to sit down and chop it up with some dope folks in the healing arts. At the expo, I set up a table and a microphone and just had conversations with people, because TiTi talks. And you can find my individual interviews with Auntie Alice Gary, Lamar Fire, Brigitte Stargate, Tasha, Coach Khayr, Brother Alvin Pitts, the Balloon Man. It all can be found on my TiTi Talks YouTube channel. But the clip I'm about to play for you at the event came serendipitously. I was setting up, and a woman who was attending came over to my table. I was setting up my microphones, getting my table ready, and I told her that she looked like someone I should talk to, and she said she would return. Well, true to her word, she came back at the end of the day, and I asked her to give some encouraging words to all the young folks out there. What she said was too good not to share. So go on and get this auntie blessing, all right? We need elder woman wisdom.
Okay.
Can I affectionately call you Auntie Alice?
You sure can.
Auntie Alice.
Yes.
She found me this morning when I was setting up my table, and she just had a very sweet energy, but I was setting up the table and I didn't have time to properly greet and talk to Miss Alice. And I feel like Miss Alice has something wonderful to share to the listeners out there. So all of the peoples out there, 20s, 30s, kind of feeling lost out there, give them some encouraging words. What do you have to say?
What I would have to say is, it's never too late. It's never too early. All you have to do is look with whatever that you have within you and let it manifest, let it be brought forth. The hard times that you may go through is not the times that's going to take you out, but it's more or less the things that it will bring you in. So you take that, even if it's bad, because the things that they talked about here at the conference, they talked about the dark things that happen and the light things that happen. Well, when you put those two things together, then you got a manifestation, which means that you got something that you can see. Because see, if you have something in you and you want the whole world to see it, it's got to have some kind of way to come out. And it can come out through pain, it can come out through suffering, it can come out through just somebody just handing something to you. But I would say that it's never too late, that you have everything that you need, every single thing that you need. It's already there. You just got to figure out how it's going to come forth. And so don't throw away the things that happen to you that you think don't matter.
See that this is why the Spirit told me to run this mic for Auntie Alice, because I knew she was going to deliver something really wonderful. You have no idea. Somebody may listen to that right there, and it may help them, motivate them to move forward, to press forward through a difficult situation. So I appreciate you for that.
I appreciate you asking me, and I, and allowing me the opportunity, to share, because we all have a background. We all have something that we came from. So I can't give you nothing that I have not been through. Because I used to suppress. I used to hold things down. I used to didn't say anything. People didn't even think I could talk. But here I am, sitting here, and I'm talking, okay? And I hope that it's something that I have said that will help you to stand up and take your position in life.
Yes.
Don't leave here without it.
Speak on it. Thank you so much for rocking with TiTi on TiTi Talks. Miss Alice, this is why you got to talk to the elders, y'all. Just sit in the space of wisdom that comes with time on this earth. Thank you, Auntie Alice Gary, for driving all the way from Detroit down to the A for this event. You are a true blessing. On June 22nd and 23rd, I attended the inaugural Afros and Audio Podcast Festival in Brooklyn. Shout out to Brother Talib Jasir for organizing such a dynamic event. Shout out to the Black Pod Collective for getting the word out about this event. I know some of y'all know about hashtag TT Tuesday, and that's when I go live on Facebook and IG and I hold an AMA, that's short for Ask Me Anything, and people pop on with their questions. And a couple of folk who were on asked me what my main takeaways were from the podcast festival. So I just wanted to share with y'all my response. Why? Because it's too good not to share. Biggest takeaway is very similar to what Tyler Perry said. I didn't watch the BET Awards, but I saw snippets from it. And, I think this morning I listened to Tyler Perry's speech after he, got his award. But he was talking about we can create our own table. What Tyler Perry was basically saying. I'm just paraphrasing what he said. Like, while people are kind of waiting on to have a seat at the table, like because we is the motherfucking table. In the wood that it came from. You know what I mean? So, and I was telling this to Talib. I was like, listen, like, we could really have a massive media production conglomerate just based on everybody in the room. We have so many different types of content, different personalities, different really wonderful, awesome perspectives, anything from pop culture to political to music to sports to travel and leisure to everything. We had an entertainment attorney that was in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, who can help us, navigate it. We have people who are all in the tech sphere that can build the platform to do it. We have audio visual personnel who, that. We have writers and bloggers and vloggers and podcasters and media personalities and digital strategists and all kind of stuff at the conference. Everything you need to be able to run that type of thing. So my biggest takeaway was that those type of spaces are really needed because we really needed to connect with each other. I'm interested to see how it was rolling out. Like Talib was saying, it's not about the weekend, it's about the day after. How are we going to continue to kind of stay in touch with each other, connect with each other, and keep creating content and being independent media. So that was my biggest takeaway. Hashtag AMA Ask Me Anything. It was a really dope event, y'all. Shout out to the creator of the We Are Much Different movement, Sister Minister Jazz, for hosting the event at her venue called Much Different. It's a live podcast theater located in Brooklyn at 1467 Bedford Avenue. I had the opportunity to chop it up with her during the festival, so I'm going to hit y'all with that real quick because it was too good not to share. Peace, family. It's your girl, TiTi from TiTi Talks. I'm here in Brooklyn.
Yes, Brooklyn land.
I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in the country of Brooklyn with the beautiful, powerful Sister Minister Jazz.
Everybody.
And she has kind of been moderating and hosting here at I'm going to show you up here, the Afros and Audios Podcast Festival. And this is her venue. You hear what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're always talking about Black ownership. You're always hearing about it's all this gentrification happening in Brooklyn, and you know that's all good and well. But what we really need to be doing is we need to start showcasing what Black folks are doing in Brooklyn, because there's a whole lot of shit popping. So I just wanted to snatch her up for a quick second, and I wanted her to talk about her venue, and I wanted her to talk about what she's doing artistically. So I'm just gonna let you run with it.
Okay, well, it's your girl Minister Jazz. That's Minista Jazz, and we are much different. The name of this venue is much different. We're in Brooklyn, in Crown Heights. This area has traditionally been West Indian and Orthodox Jewish, and it has a lot of history in regards to like race riots and all kind of things. But this particular building was used by Shirley Chisholm in 1972.
Hello.
Yes, honey.
On her presidential run?
For her presidential campaign.
Wow.
And I honor that so much in regards to the energy that gets to be in this space. To me, this is a space for vanguard, for, thank you so much, my love. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, so much love. But for vanguards and for people that are really looking to change the narrative that we're experiencing. And when you think back already to 1972, and we're still putting up with a lot of the bullshit that that was going on there, and it's like, what's up? And for me, it's all about being able to create and control our own media and our own narrative. So this is a live podcast recording theater. So people that are content creators, podcasters, artists, whatever it is that you do, you can have your events here. We hold approximately 300 people for 300 to 400 people standing, and for seated events, anywhere from like 180 to 250 people can be in this space. And we have stage, full theater lightings, microphones, whatever it is that you need. And we're growing and growing. We've only been open for 6 months, so from ground zero to now, this has only been 6 months, and we are growing and expanding. And so we do need your support. We do. One of the reasons why I got into this is because I have a visually impaired mom, and who is 100% blind in her left eye, and in her right eye she has very, very little vision, and so she only can see like lights and shadows and things like that. I will never forget one time my mom was just like, "Oh my God, you look so pretty," and I was like, "Oh, thank you, Mom," but the way she said it was like she never saw me before. And when I asked her, she said, I haven't seen your face in a long time. And so there's moments where she'll have a thing, but she have to get like real close on me like this. And so, you know, sometimes I think about that and how much sound and audio is so important to so many people.
Yes.
Because everyone don't see the same. And with words, you know, yes, we can interpret things differently, but we always can dialogue, right? And dialogue is where we can really understand what your heart is saying and what my heart is saying. Where with vision, we only explain things through words, right? And so words are so important. And to have a space where we dialogue, to have a space where we come together, to have a space where we create community is so important. And that's what Much Different is all about.
Let me tell you, this facility is dope. It's beautiful. The sister's beautiful. The event is beautiful. Tell them the address in Brooklyn where they can come.
So right now we are 1467 Bedford Avenue. And if for whatever reason in any way we are not 1467 Bedford, we are Much Different is in my heart. And so you find me. My name is Minister Jazz, Minista Jazz. You can Google that. I'm in Google, so a lot will come up. But you want to email me? It's either remember@ministerjazz.com or ministerjazz@wearemuchdifferent.com.
And what's your IG?
At the THE Minister Jazz and or at We Are Much Different.
Y'all check this sister out. Whether you're in Brooklyn or not, if you're in the country,
if you're in the country
in Brooklyn, you make sure you come through, you support. If you got a podcast and you want to do a live event, come check this place out.
Yeah, let me know, because I will help you to put your event on. I love producing shows and helping people to put their live shows together.
Sis got it going on. I may even consult her to help me do a live in Tallahassee.
Yes, I would love to.
I would definitely consult her to do that. Once my audience gets bigger, I definitely would love to come back to Brooklyn.
And so one of the tips I always tell people, your audience don't have to be big in order for you to start.
Well, let me go ahead and just get it done. Me, my mama, and my daddy finna be in this bitch. Okay?
it's like, oh, when my audience gets, and it's not about that. Live shows give you an opportunity to grow your audience.
I like that.
You create a market just for that.
I like
you
that.
understand? And then you bring people in.
See, this is why you got to talk to people. This is why you got to network and then tell you about yourself. I appreciate it. Sis, much love, much respect. Support for everything. You know, TiTi Talks is going to always hold it down for the people. And yes,
Thank you.
follow her, follow me, TiTiTalks.com. Check her out, get it together. Doing the most. Oh, where's my pin? Y'all get your pins for the wins.
Yes.
Doing the most. Why? We didn't come here to do the least.
Not at all.
Peace.
And you better have love for you.
Yes.
You better have love for you.
Come on. So if you are a content creator and want a dope, intimate space for your live recording, get it together and do it there much different. And if you're interested in attending the podcast festival next year, go to www.afrosandaudio.com and follow at afrosandaudio on IG. Man, thank y'all for going on tour with me. I hope this show inspired you with all the beautiful people that I was fortunate to cross paths with. Make sure you share the shit out of this, y'all. Follow the TiTi Talks hashtag. Go to TiTiTalks.com. Purchase some merch. But first, I want y'all to vibe to the tunes of Sister Sampha the Great, born in Zambia, raised in Botswana, currently in Australia. Her new single, Final Form, is a certified banger. Produced by Silent J. Visuals are amazing. It's the blackest thing you'll see and hear all summer. Believe that. Rock with it. TiTi Talks.
The lace lady, travel with grace, baby. I can't afford to cover the course. Of course, maybe settle that one in court. Cause judging by the basics, y'all already comfortable, stuck up in the matrix. Shit is basic. Patch credentials, but understand your favorite rapper, peep my gold potential. I'm out of shame. Been passive, trying to fit the circle cause I don't know how to act shit. Half of y'all was steady insecure, don't try to backflip. Just because the seasoning and flow's already active. Only 4 years, fantastic. Young veteran, new classic. Nah, knock the walls off. Fuck the whole key, we gon' hinge the whole door off. I'm still AD, never forget it. It's life after death, roll the credits.
Say my feelings for you still exist.
Credit my maker, take a trip to see Jamaica. Molly spirit with the vapor back design, that's in nature. Africa, the new America. I hope I earn this permanent. And this I put my pen in it, got my land and my permit with it. Bone on my bone, flesh of my flesh. Greatness in me, you can't make me feel less. Let's hold, I'm not impressed. Best smoke, got my afro like an empress. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Last name Tembo, first name Eve. Somebody ate the food they told the great to never eat. I'm dripping, DNA seeds like I'm born gray. I be mad 2Gs. Third war in it, first war I dated. No mentor, all my heroes assassinated. We been here, reincarnated. Tryna finish what they started and we made it. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin. Great state I'm in all states I'm in. I might find a form in my melanin.